If I told you, you'd be shook. Don't vision me a crook, my vision was just crooked. Underdog in my city, silly they overlook me. Crazy the way they looking. Look at me now cooking like a culinary student. This ain't ordinary music, they confuse it with illusions a lot. Damn, anticipate if I'ma do it or not. Damn, I thought at least you would be happy at me. I never sold a drug, trying to make my granny happy. She always showed me love, gave me rock to hold the family. So if she part and we're apart, she know I got the family. I learned some things along the way, mind if I share them with you. Go live your life with no regrets because you never get to. Trusting yourself what people think should never ever get you. Been out of shape, your mental fit, work out with meditation. Believe in you cause only you know what you hold inside. So every day I drop a song and that's just overtime. Getting better over time, yeah.
I got the grind, I put in work, so I'm just getting better over time.
Little bitch. That's good, I'm finna go hit the
I got the grind, I put in work, so I'm just getting better over time. I got the grind, I put in work, so I'm just getting better over time. I got the grind, I put in work, so I'm just getting better over.
God's gonna knock me on. He gon' whack the kids. He gon' whack the kids somehow. You see, God's gonna knock me on. He gon' whack the kids.
Yeah. Look.
He gon' whack the kids.
This modern day, I pray for freedom still. Financial freedom, like don't worry, I can take the bill. And have money still, and have pride intact. With my heart on sleeve, young cardiac. Young Simba growing, tryna move fast of me. That shit don't bother me, I'm working, don't bother me. I'm searching for currency, I'm currently nourishing. I'm still planting seeds for the harvest. That's why my shit go the hardest. I watch them eat while I'm starving. I'm still gon' feed you regardless. My only flaw, I'm not selfish. Still got the juice like I'm Welch's. Just know you suck if you leeching. It's more than teaching and preaching. I had some lunch with a deacon. He told me about all his demons and told me not to repeat it.
Said him and God ain't speaking. He thinking about calling in. Suicide still a sin. That ain't the way that it should end. Then again, I don't know. Then again, he don't know what his family gon' think. Cause like me, he the rock too for his family. And I ain't talking to Wayne Johnson. You understand?
Yeah, that's deep as fuck.
Like his family think he got it all together too. And he ready to end it all. It's just crazy how life works, man. I'm just learning this shit still.
God's gonna knock me on. He gon' whack the kids.
Sheesh.
He gon' whack the kids somehow. You see, God's gonna knock me on.
Good goddamn morning. That was just Deli Every Day, The Rock, Day 19. Man, I could go through that list and just play a whole bunch of shit. I think he got I think he got like a full ass like he got like one track I think on there that has like all of the whole 365 days on it. It's just crazy. So yeah, shout out to Deli Every Day. We live here today, man. I got my man Thoughts in the building with me. The rest of the gang is a little absent, but what's up, man? Welcome.
What up with you, boy? I appreciate you having me. This Thoughts in the building.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to have him.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Let me ask you real quick, man. How long you been with us?
Actually, I probably started interning officially probably like in October is when they brought me on.
Yeah.
But as far as like actually being on shows and running the boards a little bit more, I kind of just started right now. So
Yeah.
we're getting more active this week, especially. I've been getting more active, trying to take as much as I can. So it's been very welcoming. I'm happy for it. It feels good,
Okay. Well, man, thank you for coming through. What up, Johnny? I see you. You should be here. Cause I could talk shit about your Warriors right now if it was necessary, But we in the building, man. I'm playing this intro music. We're gonna get rocking. Yes. Feels good. Saturday. Feel good Saturday. It's a bit chilly today. I'm not sure if the temperature's gonna creep up like it has been late this week. It's been hot, man. I ain't front. I've been mad.
It went from raining every day.
Yeah.
It went from having snow on the mountains.
Yeah.
It went from having to wear jackets and scared to take your little kids outside when they
Exactly.
catch a cold. Now I got a jacket on in the morning. I'm sweating in the afternoon.
Exactly. Man, it's bad. I feel like the whole entire valley was sick. I feel like everybody got sick from that weather fluctuation.
Right.
But yeah, we in the building, man. A lot of NBA on the docket. Man, did you see or hear about that Chicago Bulls Atlanta Hawks game?
Man, I'm mad I didn't watch it. I ain't gonna lie. Was it last night?
Yes, went 4 overtimes, bro.
4 overtimes.
4 overtimes, 168 to 161.
Who won? Who ended up winning?
The Bulls.
Bulls
The
won.
Bulls. Trae Young almost dropped 50. He got 49. And Zach LaVine had 47.
Trae Young been balling though.
Yeah, he has. It's it might be time to actually have a conversation about whether the Rookie of the Year is really locked up. I mean, I think everybody's pretty much been thinking Luka.
Right. I mean, Luka been doing his thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably also because a lot of people doubted him when he first came in.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the hype around him, but nobody ever really gave him the credit until he started showing it on the court. And they didn't really think Trae Young was probably gonna come out like he did, but he's been solid for the last couple months.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it ain't a lot to me. You know, we got a lot more basketball to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it seemed like he establishing more of a leadership role over there too.
Yeah, it does look like he's leading them. Their record's not impressive, but I mean that wasn't what they were expecting this year anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I think Luka. I think it is pretty much Luka's reward to lose right now. He could definitely do some things to put it out of reach for everybody,
Right.
but it is time to wonder, whether Trae Young could make a push for it. I think he can, but I think they need more in Atlanta. They need to see more from Atlanta.
Yeah, they need a little bit more in Atlanta. I mean, they might as well go ahead and tank. They should have tanked to begin with, so they can go ahead and get Zion, try to get a nice little good pick to match up with Young, and maybe make some move in the offseason, see what they can pull out of there. But Atlanta ain't been serious for a while, so
Yeah.
nobody really checking for him until Trae started balling like that.
It's crazy too because I want to say not even 5 years ago, Atlanta was like the number 1 seed in the East. You remember that?
Yeah, I faintly remember it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that special. Did they lose the first round?
I don't think they lost the first round. I actually think they went to the. Did they? I can't remember that well. I want to say they went to the conference finals.
Let me see who was on that
got
squad.
Spanked.
Who was on that squad?
It
that
was
year?
the Cephaloshes and
Thibault and
I think the Jeff Teagues of the world.
that's when they had a bunch of role players and they was doing good. Let me see. I gotta look at that squad.
Devin Booker dunk on AD might be the dunk of the year. Devin Booker dunked on AD last night. That ain't fair because AD ain't been playing all his minutes.
Right. And he ain't got the heart to play no more either. He ready to get up out of there.
You can't dunk on somebody that ain't been playing all their minutes.
Right. And then on top of that, they was in Phoenix last night, right? So they were out here last night.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody taking Phoenix serious for real. Even the fans, nobody taking Phoenix serious. AD wasn't taking Phoenix serious. But then again, that's no excuse to get dunked on like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that dunk. I didn't see that dunk, Johnny. We got I want to get back on Trae Young in the Rookie of the Year. I don't really think there's many. I don't think there's many players that's gonna be in the run for the Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Like if you ask me, it's gonna be a lot of Luka. If you ask me, I mean I don't know.
Check this dunk. Here's his dunk right here though.
This is the dunk we talking about.
Hold on, let me go back.
See that? Okay. Man, I'm hoping Johnny talk about a different dunk.
Right. Because when I put it in, I'm like, I don't know. Now, granted, it looked like it was kind of a slow try, but at some point in time, AD was trying to he was trying to go for it, and he I mean, if technically wise, I mean, I guess I feel that because he did kind of get around his hand, He did yam it through.
I'm hoping
and
he
Anthony
talk about a
Davis
different dunk.
is a good defender, but I had to see the replay to really feel that one. That one looked like a lazy try.
Yeah, I'm hoping he talk about a different dunk, because I definitely feel as though, it's not that great of a dunk.
But everything is a poster nowadays. I remember when they had that situation when LeBron dunked on Jason Terry, when they threw that little oop back to him when he was in Boston, and they was like, oh, that was a crazy dunk. It was just the whole moment. I'm like, come on now. He was caught out of position. Jason Terry like 5'2". You got LeBron James coming through dunking on him. It's not that serious.
Yeah. Speaking of LeBron, the Lakers are 2 games behind 500 right now, I believe.
Man, I don't even know how to feel about my squad right now.
You a Lakers fan?
I'm a big Lakers fan.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it.
The problem was, though, me being a Lakers fan, I wasn't the biggest LeBron fan. So when they announced we was gonna have him,
as most Laker fans, we're not big LeBron fans.
Right.
If not, they didn't like LeBron. Period.
Right. I mean, I like LeBron in a sense. I mean, I just wish, I guess, for my selfish reasons, that he'd be more of a bully on the court.
Yeah.
That he'd take more advantage on the court. I know he's a pass first kind of player, but I kind of want to see that dog in you. And in fact, everybody wants to see that dog in you. I mean, and it comes out, but it seemed like it's got to be a situation where he pouting a whine and he didn't get his way, or back against the wall. It got to be a big story. Just be a dog every night. I want to see that Jordan. I want to see that Kobe. I want to see that. That's what we used to. We used to dogs. We used to Kobe.
Yeah.
We used to Magic. We used to Kareem. We used to just dogs. I want to see a dog out there. And you a creative player out here. Be a dog.
Yeah, we definitely consider LeBron as a creative player. I think that LeBron needs to play some fucking defense. I'm starting to get annoyed with that. I'm a big LeBron fan.
Okay.
But I've defended his lack of defensive focus, because I don't think it's a lack of defensive ability.
Yeah.
But it annoys me, man. I just be like, yo, Bron, play some defense, bro. Like, it's really starting to get to me now. Like, watching him on this Lakers squad, to me it comes out a lot more. I see it a lot more that he's not playing defense, and I don't know if he's playing less defense or if I'm just noticing it more.
And it could be, he getting a little older. He trying to probably conserve some of his energy. But I don't think anybody feeling like he can't play defense.
Yeah.
It's you choosing. We all know you choosing not to play defense. And that rubs off on your team. You the leader of the team. They all looking towards you. If they seen you playing just a 50% increase on your defense, that's going to lift up the Kyle Kuzmas and the Lance Stevensons and the Rondos and the Ingrams. It's going to lift them up. You holding them accountable. You can't hold them accountable only on the offensive side, because it's cliche, but defense wins championship. You got to play both ways.
No,
you can't play one way.
It's a fact. I mean, the whole thought of defense wins championships being cliche, to me, is just technically cliche, but it's one of the more truthful, unable to escape factual statements ever, and it's in a lot of sports.
Right.
If you can't stop the other team from scoring, from doing offense, then you probably will lose, unless that team just sucks at doing it.
Right.
It's in a league where you got the Warriors, who got KD, Steph, Clay, Boogie, Andre Iguodala. You got scorers. In the league where you got that, you ain't winning no championship if you can't play defense.
Right.
Because they're gonna score. If Curry could be off tonight, all right, well, what you gonna do about Clay and KD? KD don't have many off nights, so even if he is, I'm pretty sure Steph is going, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And then, like, on top of that same Warriors team, you got shooters. The shooters you name, they all can play D. Clay playing D. Kevin Durant playing D. Andre Iguodala playing D. Draymond playing D. Like, everybody on that court playing D to a certain extent. So you got shooters and you got defenders. In basketball, like, unlike football, you got both in your control.
Yeah.
On football, I can kill you on offense. I got to sit on the bench and watch what my defense do.
Yeah.
In basketball, it's easy. I'm going down the score. In fact, my defense can lead to my scoring. So if I ain't playing defense in basketball, I'm probably not doing that well. My team probably not doing that well. if I'm a leader not playing D, as you see, they 2 games under 500, like you was saying.
Yeah, 2 games under 500. 1 game away from the 8th seed, but it's just it's ugly, man. It's ugly, and I'm. You think the Lakers going to the playoffs? You're a Lakers fan, so.
I mean, I want them to go to the playoffs. I say that. I really want them to, but I don't. I don't think we're going to the playoffs. I'd be scared to even go to the playoffs. I don't want to see LeBron in the first round exit.
Oof, against the Warriors, maybe?
Yeah, you already know what's going to happen.
It might be Denver, but still, against the Warriors, that would not be. Oh man, they would not hesitate to out LeBron in 4.
Right,
quick,
and
easy.
then man, and it's not gonna be. And they go. Of course, we're gonna have excuses. You know, look at the team. He's supporting Cass. Even more of a reason to bring more people in. You know, to make some moves this offseason. But at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of this kind of had to fall on his back. I mean, and I wanted to be in full support of LeBron when he came to the Lakers. You know, you're part of the squad now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I seen what you did with other teams. I know that first year transition normally ain't the greatest, but you still come through in some kind of way, you know. I feel like out of all the teams he done switched to, whether it been Miami or going back to Cleveland that first year, we taking a butt in the stick. You know what I mean? We might even make the playoffs. That ain't never happened with him.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
As far as him not making the playoffs?
Yeah.
I believe the last time it may have happened was in Cleveland. I believe from the I want to say from the first time LeBron has made the playoffs, he's never missed it.
Right.
I want to say.
Right. So since then, but like the first year he didn't make it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't go his first year, but I'm actually not even I'm actually not even sure.
Look that up.
Yeah, definitely gonna
That's what Google for.
Look that up. Yeah, so
or at least but I know for a fact they say he never lost in the first round though. I know that much.
Yeah, no, that's never happened. Never happened.
So you go against I mean even Denver, you can't really sleep on Denver like that. They might out us in 5 or 6. You know, I mean, we might get a game or 2. We might get a home game. Might get a road game depending on if everybody hyped because it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, beating them in the series, I don't know if we could beat them in the series either. And that just being, I don't even like saying that.
Yeah. LeBron is a lot of things, man. He can do a lot of shit on the court. It annoys me to see him not play defense.
Yeah.
Like leaving people wide open, just standing in the paint. Bro, get out the paint. Your man's on the 3-point line. Get out the paint, bro.
Right. Out here playing that I'm trying to think of who really don't play no defense. That James Harden defense. You ain't even shadowing nobody.
James Harden don't play no defense.
And you can't do that. I mean, LA expects something totally different. We expect a whole different breed of player, whole different breed of effort. We can't see Kobe playing ball at 62 years old, trying to give his all his last game, and you still fresh. Everybody talk about how healthy you are, LeBron, and we see you giving up. We see you kind of giving that piss poor effort. It's like I don't want to see that, man. I was already ridiculing you on other stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't let me ridicule on the effort. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to talk about somebody that's playing for a team that I support. You know, don't put me in that tough position, LeBron. I was out there. I'm gonna get a LeBron jersey. You know, I was the biggest LeBron critic. You know, I'm gonna give me a LeBron jersey. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna be all right because he gonna come. You gonna see what'll happen in Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling real dumb right now. Don't make me feel dumb after I came out the woodworks, rooting for you now.
I think it was kind of a thing where I'm not sure y'all as Laker fans, but me as a LeBron fan, looking at it, it was kind of a thing where I feel like we weren't expecting like, playoffs, make a playoff run. If they make the playoffs this year, that's cool. But if we don't make the playoffs, then I feel like it's not a lost season because you're trying to the focus was a lot on trying to get better for next season. So what am I trying to say here? I think that the way they looked early on in the season before he went down changed a lot of people's minds. I think a lot of people started to feel like, the Lakers could make a run, make a playoff run.
A real run.
Yeah, and he went down and the team nosedived and they're not looking that great when they come back. And it's honestly probably because of the trade talks. Because there was a rumor out there that pretty much everybody on the squad was on the trade block, except for LeBron.
And as much as they want to say LeBron ain't the GM, we know he got that much pull. Come on now,
He's not that much pull. Not that much pull. I mean, he has a say, but and maybe in certain situations, in certain franchises, LeBron might have that much pull.
Mm-hmm.
But you got somebody like Magic Johnson, Rob Pelinka.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are very knowledgeable to the game and very well respected.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron doesn't have that much pull. He's got some say. He might be able to say, "Hey, I need a shooter,"
Right.
but you're not gonna tell me what shooter to go get.
Right.
I'm gonna go, get whoever. So I think AD, it was one of those things where it was like AD is a no-brainer. People were making it seem like, oh, LeBron wants to trade the whole team. No, AD is a no-brainer. People were gonna see what can we afford to give up for AD.
Right. And I agree. Like matching up LeBron with AD is a perfect, chemistry, But then again, like
Maybe.
it could be a perfect chemistry, right? We never know, but we know LeBron is somewhat of an alpha, and then we know AD is cool with playing the background. He cool with just stuffing them stats. You know what I mean? So he need that kind of role player.
I view LeBron. I view LeBron more of as a what I would call a passive alpha. Like he's the leader, but he's not afraid. Actually, he would rather someone else be the main focus. He would actually rather facilitate the ball.
Right. Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he is someone that, you know what, I know I'm assuming this role. I know it's expected of me, so I'm gonna live through it. But if it was up to me, I'm gonna pass to somebody. I'm gonna pass to J.R. Smith. I'm gonna pass the ball instead of taking that last minute shot. You know what I mean? Then so that way, if it doesn't work out, you know what I mean? That's just who I am as a player, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like the fact that he wants to get his teammates involved, but sometimes you gotta you LeBron though. You LeBron James. You know, when I'm watching the game and I'm looking at you on the court, I want to see some LeBron James type stuff. I want to see some of them memorable moments. I can be like, I remember when LeBron James was playing, Golden State in Game 6.
Yeah.
When he came through and he just yammed on everybody. Kevin Durant down there. Even as a LeBron hater, quote unquote, I want to be able to say that, change my perspective. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of people that hated on Jordan. Yeah. Everybody didn't like Jordan at the time, But when you reflect back on his career, it's like, you can't deny that, man. LeBron has that same ability to be like, no matter how many people hated on me, no matter how many teams I went to, I made every team I went to better. You know what I mean? This is my track record. I want to see that. Yeah. I want to see that. And AD coming there would be good. But if you're willing to trade everybody, though, Kuzma, Ball, I mean, it's Ingram, two picks. I mean, everybody. And that makes it seem like if I'm a Lonzo Ball, if I'm a Kyle Kuzma, if I'm a young player thinking I'm about to, grow up in, L.A., and grow my career up in L.A., and you just willing to throw me to New Orleans like that, you can't.
It was funny. It was funny some of the names that was in that trade rumor, like Rondo. We just had Rondo.
Right, for a year.
We just had Rondo. Why would we take Rondo in the trade? We just had Rondo last year.
Oh, so you a Pelicans fan?
No, I'm just saying, if I was, if I'm the Pelicans, I'm like,
right.
Rondo.
Yeah. Like,
we could have signed Rondo if we wanted Rondo. That's craziness about it. But I think that Bron. Yeah, like I said, I think he's a passive alpha. I think what he does for the most part is he tries to include everybody, and sometimes at his own detriment.
Right.
A lot of times at the end of the game, some people will get into arguments about this with LeBron. A lot of times late in game situations, like with the game on the line, LeBron makes the right basketball decision.
Right.
A lot of times the right basketball decision may not be the right basketball decision, though.
Right.
For example, Kobe, I'm pretty sure Kobe had some open people when he was taking game-winner shots, but he took them.
He did.
Because it might have been the best basketball move to pass it to that open guy, to pass it to Derek Fisher. You know what I'm saying? Or it might have been a better basketball move for the best basketball player just to take the shot.
Right, the superstar.
Yeah, so a lot of people get on Bron about that. Sometimes it's annoying. I guess it only annoys you, I guess, when it don't work. When he passed the ball to somebody and they don't get the shot.
Right. And then it's like I'm looking at who you passing it to. You know what I mean?
That's
like
a fact.
my biggest thing was I used to always crack on LeBron. Like even though we knew they wasn't gonna win that first series when he first made the playoffs against the Spurs, we knew he wasn't gonna win.
Yeah.
But when they had a chance, you know, to just take one game, and I seen him pass the Varejao, I was like, bruh, Varejao, you passed the sideshow Bob in order to take that last shot, and he almost airballed the layup. You got to take that, you know what I mean? That was like his first finals, his coming out party. That's when nobody hated LeBron then. Everybody wanted to see him succeed, you know? So then to come, here we are like 12, 14 years later, and we got J.R. Smith, or Josh Smith, or whatever. J.R. Smith. You got J.R. Smith. Now, granted, that was a good basketball move. But then let's think about the other aspects of it. You the superstar on the team. He known for making goofball mistakes. Yeah. He known for looking like he just got through smoking a doobie before he came out of halftime, took a couple shots. He's known for that, you know what I mean? And this is a time where you take that shot, you make that shot, you change the whole dynamic of the series. You know what I mean? They got to fear you now. Like, look, I got my support. It even lifts up the other players. Like, LeBron taking advantage. He taking this on his back now. He carrying this on his back. You know what? I'm gonna jump off his back and I'm gonna ride with him too. You know, I could have seen the team doing that. Now he might have still lost the series, but if I would have seen that happen, that would have changed my whole perspective of LeBron. Period.
You talk about the time running out situation.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in that situation, it was I think there was a play where LeBron made, you know, the correct basketball decision. I think it was a play or two before that. He had the ball out near the 3-point line, and he bounced past it into the into the paint. And I think Draymond was the defender on whoever he was passing it to, and Draymond fouled the guy. Now, I think they was down. I think they might have been down by 1 or something like that. Then I want to say down by 1 or maybe down by 2. I'm not sure. I want to say the guy who went to the free throw line missed one of his free throws.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when he missed the free throw, JR got the rebound.
Right.
JR got the rebound, and he took it out, and LeBron was asking for the ball, and you know, time ran out. You know, he ran the clock out because he thought they were ahead, I guess. So that was a situation where JR having the ball wasn't directly from LeBron, but
I'm confusing it. Then he passed it to somebody.
Yeah, he passed it in the inside. I want to say
it was George Hill.
George Hill.
It was George Hill. That's what it was.
I couldn't remember who it was that was on their team. I was gonna say Clarkson, but it wasn't Clarkson.
Yeah, it was Hill.
Clarkson would have made them free throws. So, but yeah, George Hill missed one of the free throws, which would have put them up by 1, and probably would have you know, gave them the game. It would have been a few seconds left for Golden State to do something, so it would have been an exciting finish. But they slouched on the rebound, and JR got the rebound, and then fucking the most idiotic shit I ever seen on the basketball court ever, man. Like, he just ran the clock out. Like, bro.
And that's probably what my point was then, because I got the names mixed. I just remember J.R. Smith because he did the biggest bonehead move, you know.
Yeah, he saved old boy from missing the free from what he would have got for missing the free throw.
You forgot about George Hill.
If it would have just been him missing the free throw, and then the Warriors got the rebound, they probably would have fouled the Warriors. It would have been somebody like KD. He would have made both his free throws, and it would have been, you know what I'm saying, probably one more little shot at trying to, you know, tie the game up or something like that.
Right.
But I think if he wouldn't have missed his free throw, or if you know, he just took the shot and didn't make it or something, we would have been looking at LeBron. But if he had just missed his free throw, and the Warriors ended up winning because of the missed free throw, then we would have been looking at George Hill like, all right, man, you missed your free throws.
Right.
But because JR got that rebound,
ran it out. I mean, dumb. I mean, and the cool part about it is, like, in my head, I'm thinking, and I guess it's like a chain reaction or whatever, right? You take that shot, you make that shot. We ain't talking about George Hill missing no free throws. We ain't talking about J.R. Smith doing no bonehead plays afterwards. Because realize these are the crucial moments, and this is on your team on the court. You going up against KD, Steph, Clay, Iguodala, and you got George Hill and J.R. Smith,
and you got 51 points on the board.
And, right, like what?
And you got 51 points on the board by yourself. So.
That's your moment. That's your moment right there. You know what I mean? Take that moment, earn that moment, you know what I mean? And make the doubters and the haters like me be like, okay, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about, LeBron. It ain't been a time that I've been watching one of his games and just wanting him to just come down and say, forget all that. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm the best player on the court. I'm the best player in the game. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to impose my will so much. You can't deny it. I feel like I haven't seen that yet.
In L.A.?
Not in L.A., no. I mean,
Okay.
even when I seen it, like when he played regular games, I felt like he did it. What was that Detroit series when he took it over? Maybe a Celtics series when he took it over. But again, that's not that's still.
So you think like since Miami? You feel like you ain't seen it since Miami?
Nah, since Miami. Because even when they played, Golden State and they came back in that, when they was down 4-1, was it 3-1 or whatever? Mm-hmm. When they came back, I feel like that laid on the shoulders of Kyrie. Now, maybe I'm biased, you know what I mean? But I felt like Kyrie was the Batman and he was the Robin in that sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you ask me, that they don't win that without Kyrie, as they did in the year before.
Right.
Now, and that's what gets us to the whole Kevin Durant situation and his decision to go to the Warriors, because I think that would have been a very, very this league would have been very competitive still if KD had not went to the Warriors. Now, I'm done throwing shade on that decision because you know what I'm saying, it is what it is.
Right.
But it would have been interesting because that would have been that was the second time that the Warriors and the Cavs were in the finals against each other. First time Warriors won, but there was no Kevin Love, there was no Kyrie. Right. Second time the Cavs won, came back from 3-1, which was crazy. But I think it was either they didn't have Kevin Love or he was still hurt but still playing. They had Kyrie.
Right.
But Draymond got suspended for a game, which I really don't feel like that really changed everything. I think maybe if anything it changed the momentum. But the Warriors still had 3 games. Right. So they still could have closed it out any one game. Right. So with that happening, Iggy was hurt, and then Draymond went down. I think Bogut ended up getting hurt.
Right.
Yeah, it was a few injuries. It was a few injuries on the other side too. So I was gonna say, that happened the second year Cleveland won. It would have been interesting for them to come back for the tiebreaker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the Warriors went to the gun shop and bought a new gun. Came back to the war like, yo. So
you ready?
So I want to go back to what we was talking about. So, we basically talking about this because we're wondering, if LeBron and the Lakers are actually going to make it to the playoffs. So we were asking how long has he been in the playoffs? It's 14 years. He's a 14-year streak. LeBron came in 2003 or was it 4?
I think it was like, because he around my age. He came out when he's like 34 now, right? And he came out when he was 18. So yeah, it would have been like 2003, 2004.
I'm thinking it's 2003.
2003, 2004, and he has a 14-year streak. So he missed the first couple years.
Yeah, I'm trying to see right now. So it's a 14-year streak, and yeah, he's been playing since 2003, like we said. So yeah, so I think like we said, since he first got into the playoffs,
he hasn't not won.
Yeah, he hasn't missed it,
and hasn't lost in the first round,
and has never lost in the first round. So his playoff streak with 14 years would surprisingly, that puts him in a tie for 10th place. 10th place longest playoff streak.
Who's the next up?
It looks like they don't have the list here in front of me. I got the names, but it's not in the list.
Okay. I mean, he got a chance to lose both those this year. He got a chance to not make the playoffs or make the playoffs and get bumped out in the first round. You know what I mean? Both is very likely. One of the two is going to happen this year, I believe. And so that's sad to say.
Dolph Shays, don't know who that is,
right.
is the one that's tied with him. Clyde got 15.
Okay.
Scotty got 16.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kidd got 17.
Okay.
Karl Malone, John Stockton, 19.
Yeah. They was killing in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Shaq, Tim Duncan, or Shaq 15, Tim Duncan 16.
Timmy, first team since he came.
16. Yeah, so
What do you? I mean, you think they're gonna make the playoffs this year? You think they're gonna?
I think they're gonna sit out this year, man. Let's see. We got the Kings. The Kings ain't no slouch. They 31-31 though. It's surprising to see the Spurs so far down the list. They actually the 8th place right now.
Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs are your 8th place. 34-29. Now, so I was wrong. They're not 1 game behind 8th. They 4 games behind 8th.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go through a tear. And I don't know. I mean, they got the Suns tonight. That's a very winnable game. I got to look at the next couple games they play to see if it's something realistic, because they really gonna need to go on the streak. They're gonna have to at least win 9 out of the next 10 games, if not. Wait, how many games they got?
20 games left.
20 games left.
So it's 62 games. They got 60. Their record is 30-32, so that's 62 games.
Yeah, so they got 10 games left. Oh no, it's
20. So
yeah,
82.
82 games in the season.
Yeah.
That's right.
So 20 games left. I mean, you'd have to go on a crazy streak, and other teams got to lose.
They got to look at like 15 out of the next 20, and then ain't they lost like 5 out of the last 50? Like they won 5 out of the last 15 or something like that. They like 5-10 in the last 20 games, something like that. I know
last 10. No, 3-7.
3-7. Yeah, so they
need to fix that.
Yeah, because I was seeing some little stat that said like it was maybe like 5 out of the last 15 games. So that's probably true. They probably broke that down to the last 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably won 2 of the 5 before that. That's horrible, man. I mean, I understand it. I mean, the chemistry is bad. But then again, it could be one of them it is Showtime Lakers. It is Hollywood. It could just be a story. You know what I mean? They can mess around and go on. They can start tonight, blow the Suns out by like 20, then go on a crazy streak because of LeBron. You know what I mean? LeBron hitting 40 points every game. Something like that. I can see it happening. I mean, as much as, you know, I believe just numbers-wise they're not going to make it, I could see some storybook happening, you know.
How do you feel about Paul Pierce saying that the Lakers should shut LeBron down for the rest of the year?
I understand where you're coming from. I understand that, you know, it would be a good rest on LeBron's body. Let's say they shut him down the rest of the season. They don't make the playoffs. That's a long break for him to be able to let his body recover. They can make the necessary moves in the offseason. He can come back. You know he's going to train. You know he's going to keep his body right. And then when they come back the next season, they might have a better game plan. We assuming they're going to have a different coach.
Yeah, we are assuming. Yeah.
It's a strong assumption. You know, I'm willing to put money on it in Vegas.
I'm surprised. I was actually very surprised that they didn't have a new coach this year.
In the beginning, or
in the beginning, I'm actually surprised that when LeBron came, they didn't switch coaches then.
Yeah, I mean, because normally LeBron he does something like that, or I don't even want to blame it on LeBron.
I just think it warranted it. I think it was a better fit. I didn't think Luke Walton was fit to be a coach for LeBron. For one, they was in the same draft. I mean, I don't want to, I don't know about anybody else. You can respect somebody's business, or you can respect somebody's basketball knowledge and mind and stuff like that. But as far as playing career-wise, you're coaching now, and we came in the league together.
Right. Right.
And I'm still at the top of my game.
Right. Yeah.
So can you really tell me?
There's a little bit of cockiness to that too. Like
yeah, but it's like
it's right though.
It's not, to me. It's not cockiness. It's more of like, would you if you had to pick somebody to coach who had a better basketball knowledge, would you say it was Luke Walton or would you say it was LeBron James? Now you could say somebody like Greg Popovich, somebody like Doc Rivers. Maybe not even to the effect of a
Mark Jackson. Put Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Yeah, you put Mark Jackson. You put Phil in there as a coach, of course. Somebody like man, how did I just forget? His name just slipped my mind. Tyronn Lue. Somebody like Tyronn Lue, you might even say that somebody like him might not have, a great basketball mind, comparable to LeBron James. But I just feel like Luke Walton is just. I feel like there's not much Luke Walton can do with LeBron
at all.
With some young players, I think he was the right move for what they were doing in LA. But once LeBron comes in, you need somebody, and I'm tired of people not hiring Mark Jackson.
Man,
It's so annoying.
Built the whole Golden State team. Really was right for the take, and Steve Kerr just walked into a winning spot. To me, I'm not taking anything away from Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
But a 2-year-old Tyler could probably coach that team, and they're gonna make it. They the real monsters out here.
I think that Steve Kerr was needed. Was a needed addition for the Warriors to reach the level that they at now, because all they needed, they like you said, he walked into a championship pedigree team.
Mm-hmm.
He walked into a team that had championship defensive, like that was their culture. Defense is a culture in Golden State.
Yeah.
That's why they win. That's why they're so good at what they do, because they could score. They could outscore you and not play defense. If they wanted to, they could not play defense and outscore you.
Okay, true.
But they play good ass defense too. Right. So he walked into that situation. But I think what the Warriors needed with those shooters that they have, Steve Kerr was a perfect fit. He came in as a shooter when he played, and I think he just gave everybody green lights. Here you go. You got a green light. You get a green light. You get a green light. Everybody get a green light. Just shoot it, and we're gonna win like that.
Right. And in a sense, I mean, they're gonna respect Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Because of who he played with, where he came from. You know what I mean? So he already has.
You gonna respect anybody with a Michael Jordan story.
Right. Anybody that was close to Michael Jordan, even if they got punched or slapped by Michael Jordan.
I got a Michael
practice,
Jordan story.
You know what I mean?
Word, respect.
I got slapped in practice by Michael Jordan, man. That's an honor itself. You know what I mean? Even to be on the same court with him. You know.
Great. The goat's hand touched my face.
Right. You know what I mean? And it's like you were saying. I agree. They should have made it when the personnel came in. When the personnel changed. On the court with the players, the personnel should have changed within management and who was going to be the coach of that team. Because you're right. If I'm LeBron James, I came in the league the same year as you. I'm still considered the best player on the court, even in my 16th year. And now you my coach.
And I'm sure LeBron has respect for Luke Walton.
I'm sure he do. Yeah. But at the end of in the back of his head, you're like, come on now. If we really want to do something with this squad, we need somebody other than Luke. We need somebody that I respect, so that way the chain of command is set. You know what I mean? You get a Greg Popovich in there. LeBron ain't running that show. Nah. And LeBron is honoring Greg Popovich, and then the team is going to follow the suit. You know what I mean? It's going to be a chain of command. I don't know if it's a chain of command there right now, because who respects Luke Walton for real? Lonzo Ball don't even respect Luke Walton. And Lonzo Ball been in the league for what, 2-3 years?
Look. Better let what's his name come up in there and coach. Lamar Ball. LeVar, my bad.
No.
Like, yikes, man.
You think Mark Jackson would be a good fit in LA?
I think Mark Jackson would be a good fit almost anywhere, as long as the owner and the president, general manager, whatever, as long as they allow him to do him.
Right.
That's all. Right. And I think that might be what people are turned off about Mark Jackson.
His control.
How he is gonna do what he feels is best, and he'll die on his sword if he has to. He will.
Yeah, he did.
That's probably why the real reason why he's not in Golden State right now. You look at somebody like Fizdale. Fizdale kind of had that aura about him, that he kind of did things his way. He got. Mark Jackson never had a reputation of like not getting along with players.
Right. But
Fizdale had a reputation of not getting along with players. Mark Gasol in particular. But you see that he quickly 360'd that reputation when he came to New York. He made sure when he first talked to the press that his attitude of how to handle star players and how to interact with his players. He was aware of that he needed to change that.
Right. He addressed it. He made that humble decision.
Yeah.
Now, so who's to say then? I mean, because I'm rooting for Mark Jackson, and I wouldn't mind seeing him coaching the Lakers. I believe that being in the studio, having to being on the court side, having to call the games, having to see the team that he built.
I swear they schedule him for all the Warrior games.
They wrong for that. You know what I mean? Maybe he's asking for it, but it's like if he not, y'all wrong, because for him to have to see that, but it might be a humbling experience for him. He might come back, revamp his style a little bit, put him in a winning position now where they get a LeBron, where they maybe add an Anthony Davis. They might lose a couple pieces, but. With LeBron, Anthony, I was always saying keep Ingram. Just keep Ingram and LeBron. You throw Anthony Davis in there, he'd be like LeBron with another Twin Towers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, imagine, having Duncan and David Robinson with like a player like LeBron. That's what I'm seeing. That's defense. They big down there. They'll be able to kind of, match up with the Warriors well. It won't be what we think it'll be. It'll probably be like an 82-76 kind of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see them going over 100 battling in a 7-game series, with those kind of players. It's going to be a defensive game where then somebody going to have to step up in the end. And hopefully it could be somebody like LeBron.
Yeah. I agree. Well, we'll see, man. I mean, LeBron, he's got to do a lot to make it to the playoffs. And, I mean, you ask me, what is it for? What are you going to try to make this run to get to the playoffs for? If you're just going to be eighth and you're going to play the Warriors, to me, I feel like a first round out from the Warriors looks worse than not making the playoffs.
Right. And so, like Paul Pierce was saying, go ahead and sit him down. Get ready for next year. At the end of the day, y'all did start this season off saying it's going to be more of like a trial period. We're going to try to get things in order, get a nucleus, see who's going to stay, see who we're going to ship out. It seems like you already pretty much decided mid-season who y'all want to ship out.
Yeah.
So, follow through with that through the offseason. Come back next year. LeBron will be rested, a little more healthy. He didn't play all those playoff games like he did every other year. So his body going to still be in good enough shape.
Yeah.
And next year he'll be all right.
Yeah, because he might not. Some people feel like he's not healthy. Some people feel like he's not healthy. I'm not sure. LeBron's always healthy to me, so whatever. Just play.
But then again, he may not say it either. He may not try to show it. Maybe what we thinking he over here slacking, not playing D. Maybe that's just his way of saying my body tired, man. But and I could take the hit there. You know what I mean?
Fuck it. Yeah. All day. So yeah, we talking playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
We talking playoffs, LeBron.
Playoffs?
We got to make the playoffs, man. We're gonna slide out here. We're gonna take a little breaky break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna keep it NBA. We're gonna keep talking NBA. Y'all stay tuned, man. It's Out of Bounds, SDR Uncut. We right back.
Oh,